so strong. She is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.
Hello, you're watching the ExtraOwoman show on EBN, and my guest today is Audrey Swatson. She is the youngest Ghanaian pilot. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new Passion Air mobile app. You can now search and book your flight and make payment via mobile money. You can view your booking, check in online, and generate your boarding pass to beat the queues at the airport. Using the mobile app, you can check on flight schedules in real time. Download the Passion Air app and make your next trip a lot more convenient. Passion Air, Aquaba.
Strong, she is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.
I'm speaking with the youngest Ghanaian pilot, Audrey Swatson. Why flight school?
Flight school because that was what was going to make me become a pilot. Well, growing up, I've always wanted to be an athlete, because I thought that would be easier for me to do without prepping and then yet being successful in it, because that was my talent. It actually is still my talent to be an athlete. But when society asked me what I wanted to be in the future, I became a bit timid telling them that I wanted to be an athlete, because again, they'll question you if you've seen what is happening in the news about the Olympics and then how you are going to make it any different after all these years. So then I'll tell them I want to be a pilot without having no passion for it. So as and when I kept telling them, then I was convinced that this was what I could do. And then I grew the passion through flight training up until now.
So if I understand you, you are here today not because you've always wanted to, but it was a confession that you kept telling yourself until you believed it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you follow your initial dreams of becoming an athlete? Despite what society thought.
Again, I was also convinced at their questions, because when they ask me, I also don't have answers to them. Even when I say, oh, I'll change it. But alone and being honest with myself, I'll be like, no, I can't go this line. Because again, how long will I be in the tracks for representing my country? And then if I stop, what happens to my family?
Your family, how did they influence the Audrey Swatson that we see today?
And I have 3 siblings. I'm the firstborn of 4 children to my parents. And we come from Southbourne, but my daddy is from Swager. So at home, we've grown up speaking English, Tree and Fancy, but usually it's English at home. And yeah, I had my basic education at University of Ghana Basic School and my secondary education at Ghana Christian International High School, Dodowa. And then from there, I furthered my flight training career in South Africa. I've always been this energetic girl at home, and my daddy calls me his son.
You are energetic?
Yeah.
You hide it very well then.
I really am.
I see.
Yeah. If you ask my friends, they'll say something. Those outside will say something different. So yeah. And I love to work hard to achieve something that I desire. So yeah.
Okay. Tell us about flight school.
Flight school was a great experience in that it equipped me with aviation skills and knowledge. I didn't know anything about aviation, but going to flight school, again in another country, developed me as a person in aviation. I had my flights training in South Africa, Mach 1, and it's in Johannesburg. And before I got admitted to the school, I was in year 11. That's SHS 2. Yeah. Okay. SHS 2, getting ready to write my WASI examination when my family and I went to South Africa for vacation. And then it's so common to find little aircraft flying there. And my mommy is like, oh, you're the one that wants to be the pilot, so let's go and make more inquiries. We just make inquiries back home in Ghana, like on the internet. But there we were, then we walked into one of the schools, like showing up at Kotoka, and then you find a lot of flight training schools. So we just picked one and then walked into it. And then, yeah, they were so welcoming that they thought I was actually come to ask for my little brother, but then it was for me. And then, yeah, on that same day, we went for an intro flight to see how flying was going to be and all of that. And it gave me a big fright because it was going to be the first time I'd sat behind the controls, because I'm usually the passenger at the back, and then when we land, we just say hi to the pilot and then we go. But this time, being behind the controls, it was different. It gave me this big scare, and I thought I couldn't do it. I got airsick even. I wanted to throw up. I was getting cold sweat. And even on the little aircraft, the buttons are not as much as this one. And I would think, no, I can't do this. But then after takeoff, he made me do the takeoff and all of that. After takeoff, I felt unease. And then I asked him, it was like 2 minutes after takeoff, and I'm asking him when we go back, because
You keep saying him, who?
The instructor.
Okay.
I went with an instructor. And my mommy came along with me because, well, later on, she said she was also scared when she was there gingering me that I can't do it. So she's coming along to see, not that she's escorting me in case something happens. So, yeah, that motivated me to study for my WASI examinations. And thereafter, I went to flight training school. There, they cleared up all the myths about being a pilot, that you don't have to be a white guy, you don't have to be a guy, you don't have to be a certain height, because all three of them, like, I'm not it, and yet I'm a pilot. So it encouraged me more to study and then go back that same year to do my flight training. So, yeah.
What is your greatest motivation?
My greatest motivation is to do well in life, and people will look up to me, such that even when I find it difficult to study, I think to myself that there's somebody somewhere that will need my experience or my say in something to get out of a problem. So I do a lot of night studies and then early morning studies also.
I see. So now you're a pilot, you're 22. What's the future? What are your future plans?
For now, I look forward to being a Ghanaian female captain, because there's not been any yet. Well, so I look forward to being that. And with that achievement, again, I'll keep on inspiring people. People take what you say when they see that you have also achieved it yourself. So I want to be in that position. So I pull many young girls alongside.
So, Passion Air, how did you get in? How did you get to work with Passion Air?
After flight training school, honestly, I didn't know how soon I was going to work because of stories I'd heard about finding jobs and all of that.
What kinds of stories?
That, oh, it would take time, and that maybe you would have to stay home and then go back to South Africa to renew their license or something. Because many of my colleagues that finished before me still don't have jobs. So I'd taken it in good faith already before searching for a job. But coming home to Ghana, it's like the people of Ghana welcomed me because I'm a pilot. It's something uncommon back home. So with that, around that same time, I completed in 2018 December, but coming home on the 1st of January, it's like the media picked it up, and all of a sudden I was all over. And through that, a number of airlines had offered me the opportunity to join their company. But I was so confused that time, because where do I go? And if I choose and it's a mistake, it's still on me. And I was called in to have a conversation with the owner of Passion Air.
Why did you choose Passion Air?
Well, for a long time, even when I was in SA, just seeing the kente on the tail of the aircraft was lovely because it was something different yet representing the Ghanaian culture. And yeah, I have a number of friends here in Passion and also other airlines, but it's like those who could convince me were those from Passion Air. And aside the friends, just hearing what Passion Air is about, it's just started and I want to be part of the growth until it becomes the big Passion Air.
How is your work experience with Passion Air?
It's been great so far. A lot of growing to do. And yeah, it's made me stronger than what I used to be. Well, I thought flying school was difficult, but it becomes tougher as we go. Working with experienced pilots and then colleague workers have made me grow in flight knowledge, in skills, and as a person because we work together other than flight school where you are alone. It's like a one-man crew, but here it's like two.
Do you think being a woman has in any way prevented you from carrying out your duties as a pilot fully?
No, not exactly. I wouldn't say that. It has actually made me carry out my flight duties even more because it's like we constantly have to prove ourselves. So the hard work has to double and it's a lot of responsibility. Yeah, because if you're a woman and there's a guy, you should also be as qualified as the guy. So yeah.
So are you looking at becoming a captain in Passion Air?
Yeah, honestly, I look forward to that because just knowing that they built me from flights, like from very little experience up until being a captain. Yeah.
This is the ExtraOwoman show. We're taking a quick break. We'll be right back.
Introducing the new Passion Air mobile app. You can now search and book your flight and make payment via mobile money. You can view your booking, check in online, and generate your boarding pass to beat the queues at the airport. Using the mobile app, you can check on flight schedules in real time. Download the Passion Air app and make your next trip a lot more convenient. Passion Air, Aquaba.
Strong, she is educated, talented, she knows she's a woman.
The reality of being a pilot, how different or similar is it to the dream that you had?
Thinking of being a pilot, I thought they were quiet and like just being a flight deck and then people are at the back and that's it. But it's been a lot of talking right from day one in flight school because when you speak, your mistakes come out and you get corrected than being quiet and getting the mistakes done. So we have to speak and yeah, it would increase the safety standards. I thought pilots were just quiet at the flight deck and then they don't have to be amongst people, but now being a pilot is like now people are around. I used to be quite timid and yeah, I didn't like socializing with people. So thinking of what career to do, I thought of a career where you wouldn't be with people, like interact with people. But then yeah, I was wrong and here I am.
So is it as you expected it to be or it's more or less?
The work is way more than what I expected to be. And yeah, the work is too much, just studying. Just when I thought I was done with wearing uniforms in senior high school, now every day I show up in uniform at work. And just when I thought I was done with examinations, every six months we write examinations as pilots. And it will mean that we would have to leave Ghana to go to Ethiopia or whichever country, the type of aircraft you do, like the type of aircraft you fly has a simulator. So yeah, it's a lot of work. You don't wait until the last minute to study, like what we do in basic and senior high school.
Okay, so you don't just arrive at being a pilot. It's a continuous process to
Yeah.
maintain being a pilot.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
you can
see.
get a license today, and let's say I have the license and I don't fly for 90 days. After 90
3 months.
days, yeah, if I don't fly, I'm not current to fly with somebody. You could go alone because within that 90 days, it's like you've lost the skills and then the touch for flying. So until I do like 3 takeoffs and landings, I can't carry people. So yes, I have the license, but I could go alone, probably to, it's just you. But with someone else, no, you can't.
Wow. Then you must be very grateful to Passion Air for giving you a job just 1 month after coming out of school.
Yeah, I really am, because I wouldn't know what to
You would
do.
have lost your license, probably.
Yeah, not to lose the license, but I'll be a rusty pilot. Yes, I have the qualification, but it will be so long since I went up in the sky.
That's very interesting. Who is Audrey when she's not flying?
When I'm not flying and I'm not at home, I'm usually by the poolside swimming. I love to swim. And if I'm home, I'm sleeping or on my phone, or I'm trying to catch up with texts, trying to answer questions about aviation. And then, yeah, so I could be closing apps from WhatsApp to Instagram to Facebook. It's a lot of work. Or I'm out in basic schools and senior high schools talking to young people about being a pilot. And I would wish that everybody is a pilot, but whatever your dreams are and you chase it, yeah, you go get it.
Do you have a boyfriend?
No, I don't.
You are 22.
Yeah, I am.
Any reasons why you don't have a boyfriend?
No, no particular reason, no.
Okay, but you've had a boyfriend before?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, I won't ask about how the relationship was.
Sure.
Okay, so apart from swimming, going out talking to young girls, what else do you do to relax?
I like to sleep too, because at this point, sleeping is like, it should be in your schedule. Else, sometimes, if I don't sleep, I'll find myself regretting it at work that I should have slept at this time. Because just when you want to sleep, then it's almost time to wake up. We report at work maybe 4:45. It doesn't mean you are now waking up at 4:45. Maybe wake up 2:30 there, and if you want to snooze, 15 minutes. So before you know it, there's no time to get ready and then show up at work. So we sleep early, and then, yeah.
How often do you fly?
In a week, we get like 3 days minimum rest. So yeah. So maybe Monday I work, Tuesday I'm off, or I could do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'm off. But hardly would they put the off days together for you like that. So it's inside like that.
Okay, so one final question before you wrap up. What are the qualifications to become a pilot? Maybe we sit home and we think you need to be a genius, you need to be able to crack codes or something. What are the qualifications?
You should first have the passion to be a pilot. It shouldn't be somebody forcing you to choose to be a pilot. You should make the conscious decision that this is what you want to do with passion. And the qualification is to be 15 years and older. And then you should pass a medical test where they check your hearing, your eyesight, your blood, your urine. Like, you should be fit. They check your BMI, your weight, and your height. And your throat, how well you can breathe in and out, and all of that. And it could take like about 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the designated medical doctor. So yeah, and if you fail it, you can't continue. So as pilots and our busy lifestyles would have to always keep fit.
Okay, so these are the physical and medical qualifications.
Yeah.
Academically, do you have to be good in a specific area, maybe mathematics, science, What are the specific academic areas?
Most flight training schools don't need academic qualifications before you enroll in one. Yeah. Not at all. It's one of the myths we have back home in Ghana where aviation is not even developed. So you could study whatever you find easier to do with passion, maybe arts or business.
You keep saying passion and you work with passion air, you know?
Pun intended. Yeah. And yeah, whatever you find easier to do before flight training, you could do it and excel in it. So if at all they should rely on your grades, then it will be that. It could be business, arts, whatever background. And yeah, being a science student before you go into flight school is not entirely true.
It's just a myth.
It is, because from flight school, if you have a science background in understanding, it's only good for you because you find it easier to understand things. But in flight school, whether you have a science background or business background, they teach you everything from scratch. That maybe 2 + 2 is this. If you want this thing, maybe if you want the air conditioner to come on, press the power button on this remote. It's going to work like this, like this, like that. If you press and it doesn't come, there's no power, there's no current. They teach you everything from scratch. So again, it will come back to our integrated science in Ghana. And then, yeah, that's just it. They teach you everything from scratch.
The calculations and everything.
Everything. And in the aircraft, what is on the left side is on the right side. So they teach you the theoretical side on ground. So when you're flying, you apply the theory to what you are doing. So even if you make a mistake, the flight instructor is there to correct you, and then you will learn. So with time, it's like he doesn't have to influence your inputs, and then that should be it.
Thank you so much, Audrey, for speaking with us
Thank you,
on the
Amma.
ExtraOwoman show. But before we let you go, any young woman, young man, you have really cleared the myth surrounding aviation. Even me, I thought you had to be an Einstein to be able to fly.
No.
But then you've really cleared the myth that choose your area, be good at it, and then you go into the school, they teach you everything from scratch. Someone watching you today feel a little inspired. What are your words, your final words to people who look up to you?
If whatever you want to do in life, yeah, challenges will come. With me, if they come, the story of 3 feet to gold comes to play, where like a big company bought a piece of land and then they kept on digging into the ground for gold. But they stopped because they thought that was it for them. But amongst the laborers, he bought the land for a very cheap price. And then only 3 feet down to gold, like he got 3 feet down into the soil, he got like a lot of gold. So if it becomes hard for me, I keep going that maybe 3 feet to go, 3 feet. And before you know it, like you are there. And it becomes easier if you look back. So yeah.
3 feet to go. Thank you so much for your time
Thank
on
you,
the
Amma.
ExtraOwoman show. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best in all your endeavors. We can't wait to have you as the first youngest female captain in Ghana. Thank you so much. I have been speaking with Audrey Swatson. She is the youngest Ghanaian pilot and my guest today on ExtraOwoman show on EBN. Like she said, 3 feet, keep going. No matter how tough it gets, 3 feet, you are almost there. Don't give up. It only gets better when you do not give up. My name is Amma Krampah. Make a date with me, same time on EBN. Thanks for watching.
She's beautiful, so strong. She is educated, talented. She knows she's a woman.